Hello my crafty friends, Corrine here from Corrine's Crafts. I hope you have been enjoying your crafting. Is your Christmas crafting well on its way? Have you got many done, or are you still thinking about it and not quite there? As you see, I've done a little bit of tidying of the craft room. You can't see this side, you can only see this side, but it has been tidied up a little bit. Anyway, you'll be pleased now. Anyway, I have a new project for you today. Here we go. Here is the project. It's a Sue Wilson die. Isn't it beautiful? It comes with, it's an outline die, and so it cuts into your cardstock, out of your cardstock, and there's a matte layer. But I didn't need that today. I've kept it simple. We've made a lovely little inky background. I've not made too many inky backgrounds for the Christmas card, so I thought we'd have a go at that. I've just added a little bit of sisal in there for dimension. It's a Marmite sisal. You might like it, you might not. It's up to you. Kept it sort of a DL card. Nice sentiment on the bottom. Really lovely to make. And again, a good one for batch making. So if you want to know how I made this, stay tuned. I'm going to show you how now. Got this Sue Wilson Creative Expressions die. It's some Christmas trees, and you get the Christmas trees in 3 different sizes. And I've got this, and this is actually the largest in the size. Now, what I love about this, and this is when I feel you can actually tell products have been developed by crafters for crafters, is you have this die. So you've got the matte outline, and then you've got a second matte. So this one mattes onto here, and this one mats onto there. So you can have 2 mats if you want. Or this, what we've done here is there's no cutting blade around the outside. So this one, this Christmas tree, will actually cut into your card. So if you want to do an aperture or a shaker card or anything like that, that will look lovely. If you want it as a cutout, you use the 2 together and you get that look. So that one on its own cuts into the card. These 2 together creates that. And this one on its own creates that. And then you have this one, which will cut you out another matte layer just like that. Now, I've cut this out a few times today because I don't actually know what I'm going to be using. So you're going to have to bear with me. So I'm assuming I'm going to go white with the silver behind. So this is just an encapsulated silver. It's not going to, not shredding. It's not got that horrible plastic film over the top. So it die cuts really nice. And I'm going to put it onto a piece of card. So this is a piece of watercolour card. Oops. And it is 3.5 by 7.5. So it's not really DL because, as you say, that if that was 3.5, that should only be about 7 to be a true DL. But I quite like it. It's quite a nice size. The card's going to be a little bit bigger, but not a lot bigger. And my tree is going to sit like that with a nice sentiment at the bottom. Looking good, isn't it? But obviously, a white tree on white card gets lost. So we need to make it a bit better. So in comes the crafty mat. Then we've got this and old cello bag. And I thought I might try one of my Duet ink pads. So they're like a hybrid ink pad. So it's really good. So they're quite nice, strong ink. So I'm going to put some pink onto the bag. And then I'm just going to get my water spray and I'm just going to give it a little splast. And then what we can do is we can scrunch and smoodle it up. If you wanted to, you could have wet that with maybe your sparkle pen to give it a bit of a shimmer. So if I scrunch that up, it gives it all over. And then all I want to do, is pop it where I want to do. In theory, I've got more control, but that wasn't very controlled at all, was it? So I can pick it up and put it on there. What I've also got is I've got a wipe, and where I don't want it to be, I can remove it as well. So there, let's have a look. I didn't control. Actually, that might work. Let me just put a little bit more on, just a tiny bit more, and then we can just pop a little bit just there. Right, so what you need to do once you've done that, so I mean, you could have just put that on your mat and swooshed it around and picked it up, but I was trying to control it but didn't control it very well. I'm going to just mop up a little bit. Great thing is you can control it. I'm just going to dry that and then I'll be right back. So that smooching is looking good. Now it's dried. But what I thought I would do is I'd bring that in, and I would bring in my Distress Oxide spray in pickled raspberry, and I'd give that a little spray. I just want to do one spray across there. There you go. Just one spray, just enough to speckle it a little bit. I'm just going to give that a quick, hardly worth turning it on for, was it? Really quick. And then I thought I'd add a little bit of detail. So I found this stencil I had. It was a Crafter's Companion one. And I'm just going to pop that over there. So it's over the pink. Oops. Try and get it to pop it over. It's a little bit sticky on the back, but not very sticky. So I am just going to put a little piece of tape on. And then I know it's a pigment ink. And I'm not going to be doing any heat embossing, but it's the only sort of silver I've got. So it's my silver pigment ink. All I'm going to do is I'm going to blend that through there. Now, we're not actually going to see much of this because the Christmas tree is going to be over the top. But I just like the effect of having a little bit of silver poking out, because that's going to be our colour theme, pink and silver. And I'm not even too concerned about getting a perfect finish. I just want that little bit of detail. I'm just using a nice little dauber, just like that. And I think that'll do, because like I say, I don't have to have it perfect. Now, what I could do is I could take this off and I could heat emboss over that, because look at that. Doesn't that look lovely? Really, really lovely. But we're not going to for this purpose. We're going to just put a sentiment on the bottom. So I can slide that over there. And then I just need to wipe my stamp because I've just been using it. And then I can put my stamp at the bottom, and it's the most magical time of the year. So I'm using, can find it, there we go, the stamp set from Christmas Cheer, because I thought it was quite nice. I nearly used this one. It's not what's under the tree that matters, it's who's around it, because I thought that was quite nice. There we go. Can you tell I'm going to be using a better sizel? It's everywhere. And then we can pick that up. And then, right, before I go any further, what I want to do is I want to get my anti-static bag and just go across there. And then I'm going to doing there. Now, I think these are, let me just see what it says. Does it say? Doesn't say what sort of stamp it is. I don't think it's a polymer one, because it seems to be squidging a little bit of a lot. So what I need to do is just gently press. That's hardly made an indent, but I'll do it again. I'm going to do at least my 3. A bit straight. That might not be totally straight, but it might be better than the one. I'm not pressing too hard. Come on, I need to get a little bit down there. That's better. I'm going to do it one more time. This is much better. The last time I put it on, I just pressed like Billy O on it, and it's and the words just sort of squidged. So I'll show you when I finished, because you know I always do a practice one. There we go, just do that. All my of isn't. But there we go, that's not bad at all. Now, if you've got a silver embossing powder, that would work really, really well. I might have one, but I don't know where it is right at this minute. So I'm going to do it with a clear embossing powder. So let's just pop that onto there. And then there we go. It goes a little bit misty. I've still got my heat gun, and then we can heat that up. Yeah, that isn't totally perfectly straight, but we're trying to make handmade cards, not perfect cards. So there we go. So that is my background. Quite a bit of work done on it, but I think it's going to be worth it. And I just want to show you the difference because of the quality of that stamp. Can you see here? When I pressed on it, it just sort of splayed. Yeah, it isn't necessarily the best stamp. So yeah, you've got to watch these things. So I have taken a piece of A4 card. This is the full 8 1/4. I've just trimmed maybe a little bit off. And onto there, I'm going to mat some of my silver. So this is my colour theme. I've got my glitter silver. And again, you could take the centre out of here if you wanted. Just with a nice little border all the way around. Then I thought about putting the pink on there, but you know me, I like to put a white layer in between. I just think it just lifts it. That's going to go on here. Once you put that on there, like I say, don't forget you can always take out the centre. This is a linen card, so let's just make sure we use the back. This piece of linen card as a whole 12 by 12 was really mucky, but I've actually been able to get 2 projects out of it by being selective over which bits I cut. So there we go. And that's going to go on to here. We are going to have to stop doing Christmas cards soon, but I am really enjoying them. I hope you are too. Please leave me comments. It really, really does help me if you will comment on them. So I know I say it all the time, but please do. And then this is going to go on there. And I think we need a little bit of tape, don't we? I'm going to need a long bit because it's a long piece. I might have cut a little bit too much off there, but never mind. 1, goes down quite quick actually. 2, size up, and 3. There we go. Let's put 1 there and 1 there. There we go. Bucket tool is there. There we go. And then take the back off this. There we go. I'm sorry if in the background you can hear the football going. I did shut the door to my craft room, but with all the fireworks that are going off every night as I'm trying to prep, the dog really needed to be in here with me. And so she scratched at the door till I've opened it, and now we can hear the football in the background. Never mind. Hopefully you can concentrate on this. So there we go. Isn't that pretty? That's almost a card in itself. Right, now I'm going to show you what I've cut out. I've cut out, in the large, I've cut out a white and a pink. In the decorative, I've cut out a white and a pink, and then just in that matte layer I've cut out the silver. Now my initial thought was I was going to do white, silver, pink, but then I don't like the pink on the pink. So then I thought, okay, I'll do white because that gives me a contrast, silver and pink. I still don't like it. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to, and it makes it a little bit more, I'm just going to do the white and the silver onto there, because then I can see a bit more of that. And that is why I've got bits of sisal floating around all over the place, which actually I've got a lot less than I had because it seems to have attached to everything I don't want it to attach to. So what we're going to do is we're going to pop a little bit. I'm going to use my tacky glue because I know it's quite strong because I'm gluing to glitter card. And I know you can get a nozzle for your tacky glue, but I do find that sometimes if I put it in the bottle with a nozzle, it can go a little bit mouldy, which we don't want. So I just try to use it straight from the bottle. I'll just be careful. There we go. So let's just put that on to there. That's going on there. And then we're going to pop a couple of foam pads on the back. I've got these nice round ones that I seem to be using a bit of at the moment from 6'2". They seem to work. They just seem to be a good size. Pop those onto here. Popping those all over. A nice size and a nice height. So it just works. Right, so they are going to go on, but as I mentioned, I found myself a little bit of sisal. I think I had a little bit more, but actually that might be about the right amount. Have I got any more bits lying around? Oh, there's a bit more on my jumper. There we go. It's just to add a little bit of extra. Now it's just a cream sisal. I did think about had I got a silver one, and I didn't. Actually, I'm just going to grab the tiniest little bit. It goes a long, long way, does this? So we're going to pop that on. Oh, don't want that knot. Let's just. Now I know sisal is sort of is a Marmite crafting tool. You either love it or you don't. I just wanted it to break up the background a little bit. I can always trim it down a little bit. So I'm just folding it up. It goes everywhere, doesn't it? And then I'm going to take these off here. We're nearly done. Nearly done. Why won't the back come off that one? That's it. And then what I'm going to do is pop that in the centre of there, and hopefully that'll hold the sisal down as well. And what I can do, look, is trim some of that sisal off. So I don't want it down there. You could just do it with some silver threads if you had some, but I don't actually have a lot of there. That's better. That's better. Now the only last thing I want to do is I want to put a star on the top. Do I want to put a white one, a silver one, sorry, or a pink one? Or I did think, yes, I'm going to do, yep, I'm going to do that. So a little bit of glue at the top there. I'm going to put the pink one on first, tiny little bit of glue in the centre. Let's just grab these tweezers, they're not really the right ones, and twist around like that. And then it's got to be done, hasn't it? Got to be done. A couple or a few little diamante gems just to pick up the glitter from, oops, that one's just run away and I'm losing quite a lot. And I have cleaned in my craft room today. It smells lovely of disinfectant because I've washed the floor. I'm really enjoying the smell, which is a bit sad really, but there you go. And let's put one down there. There we go. And that is today's card. So again, I just wanted to show you how you can, the techniques that we use, your smooching, your stenciling, your layering, bringing in your accessories, they all work for Christmas projects as well as your regular day-to-day projects. So I hope you have enjoyed that. That is today's. Please don't forget to comment and let me know what you think. I really do appreciate your comment. And if you can click on any of the links below, it really helps. And don't forget, and thank you very much to everybody that has contributed so far. I have my Buy Me a Coffee page. The link is down at the bottom, and it's also on my Facebook page and in the description on my channel. So thank you so much. I will always leave a link so that you can click and subscribe so you don't miss any future tutorials. But for now, you take care. Thank you for watching, and I'll speak to you all again very soon. Take care. Bye for now.